Good morning, everyone. On this Tuesday in the 14th week in Ordinary Time, we're continuing our reading in the book of Genesis, and today we are in chapter 32, verses 23 through 33. In the course of the night, Jacob arose, took his 2 wives and the 2 maidservants and his 11 children, and crossed the ford of the Jabbok. After he had taken them across the stream and had brought over all his possessions, Jacob was left there alone. Then some man wrestled with him until the break of dawn. When the man saw that he could not prevail over him, he struck Jacob's hip at its socket, so that the hip socket was wrenched as he wrestled. The man then said, "Let me go, for it is daybreak." But Jacob said, "I will not let you go until you bless me." The man asked, "What is your name?" He answered, "Jacob." Then the man said, "You shall no longer be spoken of as Jacob, but as Israel, because you have contended with divine and human beings and have prevailed." Jacob then asked him, "Do tell me your name, please." He answered, "Why should you want to know my name?" With that, he bade him farewell. Jacob named the place Peniel, because he had seen God face to face. He said, "Yet my life has been spared." At sunrise, he left Penuel. Jacob limped along because of his hip. That is why, to this day, the children of Israel do not eat the sciatic muscle that is in the hip socket, inasmuch as Jacob's hip socket was struck at the sciatic muscle. The word of the Lord. Thanks be to God. Here we get the story or the account of why Jacob has his name changed and why we have today a state called Israel. It stems all from this important incident that happened in Jacob's life. Now remember, Jacob had left the land because he had connived in order to get the blessing. And he knew that his brother Esau was after him. So he had to leave the land. And there was a lot of things that happened outside of the land. But now he is making his way back. He doesn't know what is going to happen. He doesn't know if Esau is going to kill him. He doesn't know any of this type of stuff. And so just as he was left by having a blessing that was given to him, where he had the angels go up and down, and that reassurance that God was with him, well, now he has this interesting event where he contends with this man. Now, obviously, Jacob realizes that this man is quite remarkable because supernaturally, he then does something to his socket, his hip socket, and he realizes this was something that was way beyond the norm of some sort of wrestling. And so then he says, "I'm not going to let you go unless you bless me." He recognizes that this man is, divine. And so he said, "Bless me." And so this man then says, "Well, what is your name?" And he says, "Jacob." He says, "No, I'm going to give you a new name. Your new name is Israel." And that name means one that contends with God, to contend with divine and human, and have prevailed. So sort of a play on words that have been going on with this whole thing. And then Jacob says, "I want to know your name." And this man says, "No, I'm not going to give you my name." Now, why would he even ask that sort of question other than he suspected something about this man? And sure enough, he gave him farewell, even though the man did not give his name, and he called the place Peniel, which means I have seen God face to face, yet my life has been spared. So 2 things have been named in this important event this event that will carry through all the way even to today. This event that characterizes a people, the people of Israel. Stay safe, folks. Hopefully we get to see each other soon. Bye for now.